Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey, working on my lost shawls, poncho, sweat, tunic. I'm not even sure how we're going to describe it, but basically I'm making two shawl shapes, and I am sewing them together as a fancy pretty shirt. I'm not sure how it's going to totally work out, but I think I'm going to end up with some longer sleeves down the arms, which is great, especially for people like me who cannot have my shoulders or my chest in the sun without them burning. So I'm trying to be prepared. And these are colors that I absolutely love. When I'm done this, the light blue is going to be up near my face, which is perfect for me. It's definitely going to be complimentary for my eyes, and I'm really excited. And I love this yarn so far. It has been so nice to work with. We are working on our nose holes. Yeah, that's where we're at. We're on nose holes, that's right. Okay, I know which row we're on. So we're going to do 3 single crochets, and then we're going to do chaining 3 and then into our shells. So it's just, we're repeating this pattern over and over. So if you see me working on it, I'm still in the repeats. I did clarify that Fiber Spider did not write this, but he does do a lovely tutorial. So if you're not able to get the pattern or whatever, there are options around that. And I found his is quite in depth, and he does give you a trim on the top of it to finish it, because that was one thing we found with a different set of videos. She spoke really fast and it was very hard to follow, and she did not tell you how to finish off the piece, which was very confusing for my mom. And I mean, she's got years and years of crochet under her belt, so that is kind of not really the most viewer friendly. I filmed this while I was doing a break from my brace. I find the lace is super easy for me to make. Anything with a heavier weight, I end up needing my brace shortly into it, but that's okay. I'm getting better at it, and I'm trying to force my wrist into being useful again rather than being weak. But if I feel that, like, I'm doing the dishes without it, but if I'm vacuuming, I wear it, because I find the stretching and the pushing and all that really need it for that. If I'm cleaning the bathroom, I take it off. But if I'm washing the floors, I gotta remember to baby it a little bit, because I can't really lean on it and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's just the whole thing. If I'm lifting stuff, I'm definitely wearing it. But I am taking like 2 plates out now instead of just 1 plate out of the dishwasher and putting them away. So, and I know that sounds like not much, but I have those big heavy stoneware ones that weigh almost a pound each. They're quite heavy. They're quite heavy plates. I love them to bits. They're big. They're square, but they're tipped up a little on each corner, and they're corals. Really nice. Love them. I've had them for a good 10 years or more. A nice gift from my auntie, and I use them every day, so thank you, auntie. Love you. But if you get 3 or 4, it is a bit of some weight in your arms, so it's not like I'm being super weak. It's just I'm explaining that they're a little heavier than most plates. Like, we get the thrift store ones to have extra plates, and I can lift 4 or 5 of them at a time, no problem. But these ones I can only do like 2 before my wrist really feels it. I can feel that I'm carrying something. More than that, I can't do it. I have to switch to my good hand or just put some back. Anyways, super not interesting. Ooh, piece of lint. And back into a double crochet. Beautiful, beautiful. That navy blue has got my heart. I love the blues in this so much. When I saw this yarn, it was originally bought with someone else in mind, but my mom made it, and she didn't like the length of it. We didn't like the thickness of it. Neither one of us did. And came to the realization that the person in particular that this was meant for probably would not appreciate it. And being that this yarn is not cheap, it felt like it would just be kind of more than just a slap in the face. It would be more of an expensive slap to the face. So, I mean, I let it sit in a bag in my room for over a year before I even got around to taking apart her work, which I felt terrible about. I'm glad I have lots of pictures because she did a beautiful job. She has such nice, straight up stitching that I really admire my mom's stitching styles. And I don't know if you heard that, but Timu is texting me about hiking backpacks, which I don't hike, so I'll just ignore that. But if you heard the vibration, sorry. Anyways, my mom can stitch really nicely. She's very neat stitching. Hand sewing, she's really good at that too, where I really am not. I really struggle with hand sewing. All my hand sewing comes out. I sewed one of my pillows over here on the side, and it's coming out okay. And so, yeah, I just feel really bad that I took apart her hard work, but it just wasn't right. And she didn't want to touch this project again. She was really upset about realizing the person she made it for wouldn't like it. It didn't come out the way we wanted. It wouldn't have been big enough. So hopefully I can... Well, I mean, it's a win for me. I do love the colors. I always thought they were beautiful. And my mom got to try out this yarn, and she thought it was okay. Not her favorite, but it is definitely one of my favorites. Doing double crochets, and we're doing our shell and shell, which is 2 double crochets on 1 chain one in the middle. So, in other words, 4 double crochets. Let's learn to speak. 4 double crochets with 1 chain in between the 2 sets of 2. And we're getting into our face. And here we go. Yeah, my hands are a little dry. It is that time of year, and being that it likes to snow and all that good stuff. And we're doing a double crochet around the nose holes. Gonna chain 1 and skip 1. And another double crochet. So, like I was saying, Fiber Spider, definitely, I really enjoy his tutorial. It is very easy to understand. This pattern has intimidated me for a long time, and it is also one of the oldest patterns that I have in my collection that I started, not my family collection, but my own things I wanted to do. There was this one and the Chucky doll. Those were the first two that made me say, okay, I really got to start making these things because they're beautiful and I'm sure I could do this. And I fell in love with crochet, really. I really am enjoying my journey and everything I'm making. Ah, beautiful. And this hook is just heavenly for lace. It is really, really making my lace making a lot more secure. I feel more secure about it because lace is quite lightweight, so I always feel like I have a heavy hand, and I found with these hooks, I'm not using a heavy hand. I'm able to keep it nice and light, which is crazy because I was using really, really lightweight. Oh, I gotta connect that to that with a double crochet because it's double crochet to double crochet just to close it off. There's no chaining in between. There is on the next row though. And that navy blue is just so pretty. And the blue of my hook is, again, so pretty. And in the background is my absolutely stunning handmade quilt that my aunt made for my bed. And I just can't get enough of it. It is a beautiful quilt, and it is so warm, and I love it to bits and pieces. I do have one little section where the material is wearing away, but she used lots of beautiful scraps, and if I have to replace a piece, that's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. I do have my grandmother's quilt from her bed, and I really need to fix that up. Awesome. Just looking so good. I am loving how this pattern is working up. This is right now my favorite pattern to be working on, so it's my palette cleaner in between everything. Everything else is just like, oh, it's okay. But this one I'm really feeling. I really feel a lot of affection to this pattern. More than I thought I would. I thought this one would be so hard, and now that I'm in the thick of it, I'm finding it to be really comfortable, really easy for me to pick up and put down and not lose myself like where I was. Got a pretty good idea where the repeats are now that I've done them a few times. It's just like any shawl that way. The Calypso one that Grace and I have been talking about, it was the same thing. Like, once you got into the repeats and you start doing them 2 or 3 times, like, okay, I can. Okay, and we are still going along well. Now, this one really intimidated me, and I'm really loving it. I am loving how it comes out. I'm loving the feel of the cotton. It is so soft and so lightweight, so I know this is going to be something I'm going to reach for often. I really want to wear my circular poncho soon. But it's snowing out, so it's not quite the weather for it yet. But I mean, I could put a long sleeve on and just wear it over that. But like I was saying in another video recently, my kitchen is not the best place to wear crochet tops. It catches them all the time on the handles. I've got the long, straight, brushed nickel handles on everything, and yeah, it catches. Sometimes they get into my pocket of my pants because of my height, and they yank me pretty hard. Might be why I have bad back and stuff. No, I'm just kidding. It's not because it hasn't happened enough times. I will say that I am continually astounded with, after living in the same place for as long as I have, I still forget which light switch turns on and off the kitchen light. I just can't do it. I just hit the wrong one every time, and I don't know why. We're talking 10 years on, I've lived in this place, and I still don't know which light switch to hit. It makes me laugh every time. Here we are, we're doing our chaining of 3 to get to our shell and shell. But yes, Fiber Spider. I definitely want to try out his version of the virus shawl, but I'm not so sure I want to make a shawl. He also does, now this one I don't know if this was his originally or something that the same creator who created this beautiful pattern made, but he does have a blanket version of the skulls here. We're just gonna go to the next row, and they're kind of squares. They are squares. What am I saying? They're squares, and they have like 4 skulls on them, and they are quite intriguing, but I don't think that's what I wanted for this pattern. I wanted I wanted the triangle shape for this shirt. So that's why I'm just going to continue with this way. But I do know there's a way to just keep going without having to keep going sideways. I don't know. I'll keep playing around. And I actually might just do the last bit, like the chest area, in more of a closed stitch, like maybe a double crochet or something like that, a half double crochet, so it's not so open weave, and just have the bottom of it be more open. I don't know yet. But then again, I might just do it all the way through. So, we're going to play it by ear. That is the fun part of deciding how I want to make things, is deciding how you're going to do it. Oh, we're getting those eyes. Count to 7. And then we do a single crochet. Oh no, that's not even the eyes. We're doing the first one here. Okay. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay, that's a half double for the mouth. In the wrong spot because of what I was doing this morning on it, and not what I was doing on this part, because I did a quick row this morning to enjoy while I made coffee have my coffee. And this one, I definitely like to use my ring. It really does help keep the two strands together a lot better than just on its own, so that's good. And we're just gonna keep on going. Anyhow, thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box, and I will see you again soon. Bye!